Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gaming with Charlie. Today I will compare spells from Clash Royale to spells in Clash of Clans. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So if you play one of these two games and want to know more about the other game, then this is the video for you. Or if you just want to like watch some gameplay and know more about the spells, then this is the video for you. Now, the clone spell, let's start off with the clone spell. In Clash Royale, the clone spell would clone as many troops as you can fit inside it. However, the cloned troops only have one hit point and are fragile. As you can see, the cloned Archer Queen died to the Earthquake spell because the cloned troops only have one hit point. And also, cloned champions don't have abilities. Now, in Clash of Clans, the clone spell is drastically different. For one, it cannot clone heroes. So yeah. Also, the clone spell lingers for some time and can clone a single troop multiple times in Clash of Clans. Another interesting thing about the clone spell is that there's a limit to how many troops can be cloned. For instance, only one Electro Dragon can be cloned because they take up 30 housing spaces. Now, upgrading the clone spell in Clash Royale increases the troop level, the level of the cloned troop, but upgrading the clone spell in Clash of Clans would increase the cloned capacity for how many troops can be cloned. Now, the next spell we will look at is the Earthquake spell. So, the Earthquake spell in Clash Royale affects troops and buildings, and it also slows them down. And another interesting thing, as you can see, it slows down the Archer Queen and does extra damage to buildings, and is the only way to damage a hidden Tesla when it's underground. Now, the Earthquake spell is quite interesting and drastically different in Clash of Clans. For one, in Clash of Clans, the Earthquake spell does not affect troops, it only affects buildings. And for two, 4 Earthquake spells take down a wall. Now, another interesting thing about the Earthquake spell is that it does a percentage of damage to enemy buildings, meaning that some buildings have more hit points than others, and since it does a percentage of damage, it does more damage to buildings with more hit points, because it does the same percentage of damage to all buildings. Now, repeated Earthquake spells on the same building would do less damage. Now, upgrading the Earthquake spell in Clash Royale would increase the damage, but upgrading the Earthquake spell in Clash of Clans would increase the damage and the radius of the spell. So, yeah. Now, the next spell that we will look at is the Poison spell. Ooh, Poison. Hehehe, wow, poison. Anyways, so the poison spell in Clash Royale would slow down enemy troops and do lingering damage. It has 8 ticks. It would do 1 tick per second 8 times, and it affects troops and buildings. Now, in Clash of Clans, the poison spell is different. It does not affect buildings in Clash of Clans. The poison spell does not affect buildings. Also, troops would try to avoid the poison spell. They would try to run away from the poison spell because they don't like the poison gas. Another thing is that the poison spell does more damage per second over time, similar to an Inferno Tower. As you can see, the damage per second of the poison spell increases over time. The longer a troop stays inside the poison spell, the more damage per second it does. Now, upgrading the poison spell in Clash Royale increases the damage, but upgrading the poison spell in Clash of Clans increases the slowdown effect and damage. The next spell we will look at is the Rage spell. Now, the Rage spell in Clash Royale increases troop attack speed and movement speed by 35%. It increases both attack speed and movement speed in Clash Royale. Now, this is different to Clash of Clans. In Clash of Clans, the Rage spell does not increase attack speed. It increases damage and increases troop damage, but not attack speed. Another thing is that it increases its troop movement speed by a certain factor. It does not increase movement speed by a percentage. It increases movement speed by a factor, depending on the level. One interesting thing about the Rage spell is that if you rage a healer, the healer would do more damage over time. More healing. If you rage a healer, the healers would do more healing, which is interesting. It's an interesting concept. So, yeah. Now, upgrading the rage spell in upgrading the rage spell in Clash Royale increases the duration, but upgrading the rage spell in Clash of Clans increases the speed and damage boost that it gives to troops. Now nextly, the next spell is the Zap spell. Now the Zap spell in Clash Royale would briefly stun enemy buildings and also do some damage, which can reset an Inferno Tower's charge. Now the Zap spell in Clash of Clans is known as a lightning spell, and it is probably the most similar spell compared to that of Clash of Clans. For one, the Zap spell, where the lightning spell in Clash of Clans does not affect the buildings that store resources, so it doesn't affect elixir storages. And it also stuns enemy buildings briefly and also does some damage. As you can see, it can reset an Inferno Tower's charge. It reset the Inferno Tower's charge. Now, upgrading the Zap spell in both games would increase the damage. So I would say this spell is the most similar spell between these two games, because upgrading it increases the damage in both games, and yeah. The next spell we will look at is the Graveyard, also known as Skeleton spell in Clash of Clans. Now the Graveyard in Clash Royale would spawn skeletons across the outer border. Skeletons only spawn at the outside board on the outer edge of the spell. However, in Clash of Clans, skeletons can spawn anywhere inside the skeleton spell's radius, the skeleton spell's area. Another thing about the skeleton spell is that it's like Ligma. The skeletons have a shield, and the shield must be destroyed in order to take down the skeleton. And also, do not ask what Ligma is. Just don't ask what Ligma is. So skeletons have a shield that must be destroyed in order to damage the skeleton. In Clash Royale, upgrading the skeleton spell increases the level of the skeleton, when in Clash of Clans, upgrading the skeleton spell increases the number of skeletons. The next spell is the Freeze spell. This is quite similar between the two games, except in Clash Royale the Freeze spell does damage and freezes for 4 seconds. The damage could kill a skeleton. Now, in Clash of Clans, on the other hand, the Freeze spell does not do damage, but it does freeze enemy buildings, which is kinda cool. It's kinda like what Joe does. And by the way, don't ask who Joe is. Yeah. Now the Freeze spell, upgrading the Freeze spell in Clash Royale would increase the damage, but upgrading the Freeze spell in Clash of Clans does not increase damage because it doesn't do damage. It increases the duration of the freeze. So anyways, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. My channel is kinda dead, so I need as much support as I can get, so please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with all of your friends, because I repeat, my channel is dying and I need your support. So please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to never miss another upload, and also share this video with all of your friends. But anyways, this has been Charlie. Thank you so much for watching. You don't know how much it means to me. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.